And this masterclass is by Itumeleng Hlapane, founder and CEO of Shape Café. Itumeleng Hlapane is Shape Café's founding CEO, a dynamic and social creative entrepreneur from Sebokeng Township, the Gordon Institute of Business Sciences alumni and guest lecturer, former business administrator, training facility, and more. As Shape Café CEO, Hlapane has shown a great deal of excellent interpersonal skills. He has studied, he's really grown this, and we're going to hear more from him. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's put our hands together for Itumeleng Hlapane, founder and CEO of Shape Café. Tarim Shapeleng Mato as he comes on stage. Come on, Sebokeng, let's go. This is our host for today. Thank you so much, my brother, for hosting us. Much appreciated. You can see the energy. Come on, Sebokeng, let's show some love. Thank you so much, my brother, for hosting us, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. The mic is yours, sir.
Thank you, sir. Matariana, hello. Emoyeni. Kalibitsoki Itumeleng Hlapane. Many years ago, not so long ago, actually, there's one CEO who stood in front of the media and said, "We did absolutely nothing wrong. If anything, we did everything amazingly well, but yet we lost." Who was that? Nokia. The CEO of Nokia stood in front of the crowd and cried tears and said, "We did everything amazing, absolutely everything that we had to do, but yet we lost." But why did they lose? Because they did not want to go with the time. They refused to be innovative with the technologies that were coming. Do not be that business. Ladies and gentlemen, I think today, one of the reasons what we want to walk away with is just to see the possibilities that are there. Technology is scary, eh? And it can be very intimidating. But I'm here to share the little nuggets that I have. And please allow me to use Shape Café as a case study and tell you what are some of the technologies that we use. And in spaces like this, I think the best thing that I want to always talk about is the free ones. Yeah, they are there. Many of them are there. But can we look at those that are accessible to us at no cost? Or maybe they've got the free. You know that term, freemium? It's free, but it's not free. Somebody's paying for it. In the other English that we use when we're in the boardrooms, we say it's OPM, other people's money. It's OPMs, other people's money. So I want us to talk about what resources are there for us. I mean, at Shape Café, one of the things that we do, from the moment we start our recruitment process. So you're here, you want to apply for a job at Shape Café. We don't want your CV. We don't want your CV, no. You see that MailChimp thing that you use for surveys? So we create a Q&A for you. Q&A rather. We create a Q&A for you. So we send you a link and say, "Dear potential applicant, please fill in this application form for a potential job." But what it does is that we're already asking you questions that are relevant to our business, relevant to the size of the business, because sometimes you notice that people submit the CVs, but these CVs are not equivalent to their potential, because we don't know how to create these CVs sometimes. But when we ask you Q&As in that form, tell us about your strengths. What is the biggest problem you've solved? Tell us about a family event that you've organized. There and there we can understand the type of a person that you are. And what are you using for that? MailChimp. It's a simple platform that is free for everyone. Just recently, 3 weeks ago, we were doing the KPIs. Prasteve was calling me, "Hey, Prasteve, I'm busy with the KPIs now and the performance review." We try to get to a point whereby our staff internally have an increased confidence in us as a company. So when we do these performance reviews and we do these KPIs, what we wanted to do was to create a system whereby anytime Mnetisi can log in and check his performance review. So it's no longer on paper. Here's a performance review, and they walk away with it, and then they lose it. And what do we use for that? JOT form, J-O-T form. It does an amazing work. But what type of work does it do? So you're asking questions. Since your employment, how have you solved a problem? When we work on the skill, How amazing is your barista skill. When all of that is done, it gives us an automatic calculation. And then we give the guys, we say, guys, listen, if you're scoring 1 to 5, it means we need to review your contract. Because when you're here for vibes and stuff. If it gives you 5 to 6, it means you have a potential for growth. If it gives you 8 to 10, it means there's possibly a potential for us to look at your career advancement within the company. And all of that, we are using technology for that. Who are in the service business here? Service business. Service business. Where is your last week client, ma'am? Name? There are resources and softwares that we can use to trace that. CRM, Customer Relationship Managers. And one of my favorite is HubSpot. HUBSPOT, HubSpot. I call you today, please give me my key. You erect my key, you leave tomorrow. But there's a possibility that I'm gonna forget about you. But if I register you on my customer relationship manager, after every 2 weeks, after every 3 weeks, I set the reminder. Remember to contact service provider to say, thank you for the service. You have been amazing. It sets those automatic responses and automatic communication. What you do the preempt communication for the next 6 months. Now the customer think you care about them. In the middle of the night, you just wake up and say, how are you doing? How is the business? But you set all those things to go automatically. Do you see the beauty of technology? Last time when I was speaking about technology, I was saying, think about technology this way. You are in a world where you've never been before. And the only thing, Mama, Papa, I don't know the survivors run back in your days without Google Map. You literally had to depend on the information, but ujega left, or turn right, ujega left. And that's what technology has enabled us to do in a business. If you're an entrepreneur today, the advantage to the presenters, by the way, well done guys, you did amazing work. To the presenters today, you see the advantage that you told us about your business today and also. Tomorrow they won't be relevant anymore. And that's just the sad thing about entrepreneurship, is that we live and work in a progressive world. Every day something comes up. So when you use technology, you are able to gauge what are the new trends in my industry. You don't sit back and wait for somebody to say, hey, Mona, there's something. I'm a fan of education. I love education so much. Any form of education, straight education or academic education. I'm a fan of technology. Technology, again, when you talk about education, I want to introduce you to 2 more softwares, or rather apps. Hair Venture. Hair meaning hair, she, the lady, Hair Venture. Me. Umama. Hair Venture. Hair Venture and Primer. Primer. Hair Venture and Primer are amazing, amazing tools. It's basically a university on your phone. Basically a university on your mobile phone. You click on the subject that you want to learn about. Teach me about accounting. For free. It teaches you everything on your phone. Teach me about strategy. It teaches, you literally just take a basic course there. Click next, review your information, go back and answer a few questions. Wrong answer, let's try again. How fail it am that? That how fail it am. It just gives you an opportunity to keep on learning. And those again who are working with a smaller team, 3 or 4, 5 people. How often do you get frustrated that somebody right now is in Joburg and you need to work with them? You have zero information about what they need to do, and they are away from the office. And that's why you look at softwares like Trello. 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 It's a perfect, like Monday, you know Monday, the office management tool. Trello is an amazing, amazing one. Where when you are sitting here, you say you're working. We keep on saying, please send us your work. And I can see it from my phone. This is how much work you've done. This is what you needed to submit. It reminds you, have you submitted this project? No, I haven't. And have you called this client? No, I haven't. And all these tools, they are not here to make your business to fail, honestly. And as intimidating as they are, the idea is for you to get an added advantage. I love strategy. Part of the work that I do, go GIBS as a guest lecturer there, I lecture on 2 things, social entrepreneurship and on strategy. One of the things that I never miss a lesson without teaching these two things. The blue ocean strategy. And I want to relate to you how blue ocean strategy and technology in current times are married. The blue ocean strategy speaks about, they say, there are two oceans in entrepreneurship. One is red. And that ocean is so red because it's a tilkazi. Because everyone is fighting in that pool. We're basically scratching each other. And they say the blue ocean is that I can do whatever you do, but I just want to create my own ocean. You jump outside the red ocean and you play alone. And that way the competition becomes irrelevant. You increase value, you drop the prices. Simple as that. You increase value. Sometimes you want to put value on money. You increase value and you drop the prices. But what will enable you to do that? Because sometimes I get it when we price whatever that we price higher, we're looking at the rental, we're looking at the salaries, we're looking at the cost to produce. And sometimes when you use technology, it enables you to cut on a lot of costs. And that way you can continue to increase value. Can I have the timekeeper before? I can speak the whole day. I can speak the whole day. I don't know how far we are, Mr. Program Director. I can speak like non-stop. I can speak wire. Another platform that I want to introduce you to. We know this platform very well. We use it every time. And nobody hates and discourages this platform like all graphic designers. Canva. Graphic designers, every time when you say, oh, I did this on Canva, the first thing that they say like, no, that is not a designing app. But I can tell you the amazing work that you can do with Canva. With Canva, you can literally just design the posters that you need to go immediately to your customers, especially when you want to deliver a message. It's simple as that. You can do 30 seconds video presentations, and you have all the templates that are readily available for you. But more than anything, it just reduces the amount of money that you need to pay for a graphic designer. When you need to do serious work, then you can go to your graphic designer. Then you can go to your graphic designer. Hootsuite, H-O-O-T suit. Suit ya baki yantenga. Like tavantenga get machit. Hootsuite. It is one of the best and the most simplest way of facilitating your social media. You schedule everything for the entire week. Post just keeps on going at the time that you select. And you literally just relax and you allow the technology to do the work for you. More than anything, remember this. As intimidating as it is, technology is here to make our life easier and to coexist with technology. Do not depend on yourself alone and your knowledge. Depend also on the technology that is available for us to do better. I want you to remember two things. Michael Porter is one of my favorite strategists. Mr. Michael Porter, on his 5 forces of focus in the strategy, he talks about competitive rivalness. He speaks about the edge with your suppliers. You know, I've realized so many times since we started working and operating at Shape Café that technology has also enabled us to have an added advantage with our suppliers. And this is what it does. Every time when we run low on stock, and they are aware this is how much I've stocked, we are able to communicate with them, whether it's in telephone, WhatsApp, or with the apps that we use, or Yoko. And they're able to say, because you pre-order your stock all the time and prepay your stock, when we have 500 cups of coffee that are left, we prioritize you. Because you have allowed us and given us an added advantage of communication versus a person who just knocks off at the door and saying, can I have 500 cups? Who is using Yoko or Ikoka or NetBank? Point of sales. Every time when you go for investment pitch or you go for funding, they'll ask you for your financials, right? The point of sales also, or those whatever history that you get, it enables you to do your proper forecasting. Because you are able to go back and say, for the past 6 months, I have generated 10 rand, 15 rand, 7 rand. And these are my lowest season. Do you know what is the danger? The danger of saying winter is my low season without looking at the numbers. You judge based on the number of people who are knocking at your door. There's a possibility that 5 customers instead of 100, they pay double the amount of money. But when you don't have that on your point of sale, where you can go back and say, in this season, this is how much I'm selling. In this season, this is how much I'm selling. And that enable us as Shape Café to say, whenever we need to go and sign a new lease agreement, we forever try to negotiate on the bad season. And when they say, how do you know there's a bad season? And the simple thing that we do, we go on your call, we show them the results, and the results are there. You cannot tweak them. Yeah? Mr. MC, am I still on time? We're still good. I remember one of the years where I had to go and apply for funding, go NYDA, when I still fell under the 35 gang. Yeah, hey, man. We are way above. One of the things I remember, it was at the beginning of Yoko. And when they asked me to show them my financials, I was able to draw back and say, this is how I performed at this shop, this is how I performed at this shop, and this is how I performed at this shop. And this is how I predict I'm going to perform. But not just based on thumb sucking and wishing that maybe sometimes I will know this information. Before I go to the mall, I go to the center manager and say, what is your trading density in this particular mall? He doesn't take that from top of his head. He goes back to it, technology, and say, here is a trading density. And I ask him, what is the size of the basket? And what is equivalent to the size of the basket? He will tell me, a basket or a trolley right now, it used to, 500, you'll fill up the trolley. But today, 2,000 rand, you have to have the trolley. Then I understand, as much as the trading density is high, but the number on the technology says everything has gone up. It means whenever I need to get a new lease agreement, I forever look for such opportunities. And all of those things, they don't come from top of my head. And lastly, Bazalwane, the last thing that I depend on is Excel spreadsheet. Do not underestimate the power of the old Excel spreadsheet. Every time when Netisi goes and buy milk right now, and it's a simple thing, and I just want also for us to marry the technology and the old system of doing things. Every time, right now, he was running out of milk. Somebody went to buy milk. He comes back with a slip, hard copy. He signs the slip, writes his name, whatever, signature. He takes that slip, he goes on a book and writes name, item purchased, this is how much it cost, this is how much the change was. He signs for that. From there, the supervisor confirms, this is how much you took, this is the change, sharp. Every week, Ntiki takes all that information and she puts it on a spreadsheet, on Excel. She puts all, you see, it's a basic thing. It's a basic thing. She puts all that information. When I come, I'm able to look at, this is how much we are spending on. We look at the crafts. We spend a lot on milk. Why are we spending a lot on milk? Oh, Pick n Pay increased their prices. So I tell the guys, next time don't go to Pick n Pay, go to where? To Boxer. And I'm able to predict them based on the information that is on the spreadsheet. I don't just say, how much is milk today? Oh, last week it was 4 rand. But I make those decisions based on the information that is there on the spreadsheet. I further look at, where do we waste money? In business, we say it's a waste, man, as much as the go spending. But any money that goes out, you see, Tina, the lonely people in this room, we hate month end, ne? Yeah, month end is, it's brutal, it's abusive. Because come month end, you must pay salaries, you must pay rent, you must pay suppliers. When you have that information on the spreadsheet, you are able to check what are the nice to haves. This is how much I've been spending every month on the nice to have. And you consider that, or you rather convert all of that into a percentage. Simple, basic Excel operation. In percentage, do I spend a lot on salaries? Do I spend a lot on rental? Do I spend a lot on other operations? Then you make your decisions based on that. What is the cost for HR, meaning for employees? And how much money does that bring back in the business? You work all of that. If you need to understand that, if it's too much English, I open the door to say, "Nshapele around a Shape Café." That will take 30 minutes for me to explain further. This is what I mean. This is how it looks on the spreadsheet, and this is how you can easily predict it. You see, if you look at my phone, my wife laughs at me every time. She says, "Nobody's as organized as you," because I move apps on my phone. They must be like in one folder. When I open my phone right now, this is my entire office. I literally run the office on my phone. I've got all the apps for businesses. If Mneti says I need a payslip right now, I'm here. It's here. I click here, I make a payslip for him. And that's the beauty of technology. One thing that you must always think about and remember is that technology, it is here to make you compete better, more than anything. Technology, it is here to make you compete better and nothing else. Thank you so much. Before I chow more time, there's a story that I love relaying. Hundreds years ago, there was a famous, and the wealthiest apparently in the community, a florist. This gentleman used to produce the best flowers in his community, and he was the wealthiest from that business. One of the days, he started taking his seeds and gave them to the neighbors. And somebody thought, man, why would you do that? Why would you create competition when it's unnecessary for you to do so? And he said, by the time the bee season comes, and Tabisa and Lerato Mandla Michael, they've been using the seeds that I don't know where they come from. When the bed season comes, they're going to take the pollen from the bed flowers. And guess where they're going to take that bed pollen? Back to my flowers. And we're going to die. And I think it's the work that we've been doing with Tabun Shopping Center and Safari Investment to say the beautiful seed that we have here, we need to take it back. And it's the same thing that T is doing. The beautiful seed that they do here, we need to give it back to each other. We need to grow collectively. And with that said,
Itumeleng, I'm going to ask you one question. First and foremost, I mean, your presentation was incredible. Did you enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen? I think very informative and very authentic. Just sharing new information and new platforms that, you know, entrepreneurs can use. And I think that's why it's so important, you know, that net bank pocket pause, you know, for you to get, because you're speaking about the fact that you want to be able to track your transactions. Like, what's about what's happening, right? But you'll be able to track it. That's why you need to get that net bank pocket pause. Entrepreneurship, not for the faint-hearted. I'm sure there's a lot of setbacks that you've gone through. How do you keep going? What's your resilience strategy? When you're facing your lowest moments, what keeps you going? What can you share with our entrepreneurs today?
My biggest drive always is my why. Why did I get in entrepreneurship at the beginning of everything? And I started Shape Café with one purpose and one purpose only: to create a business that is scalable, but equally so, look and take care of my community. That is my only reason. To start a business that is scalable, but at the same time, grow with my brothers and sisters. And every time when it gets hard, I always think about what is my why and what is my commitment to my why. But we are sure, but entrepreneurship, it gets rough. But the highs are amazing. We also need to tell the truth. The highs are absolutely amazing. And the potential goal looks even much better.
Fantastic. Please can we put our hands together. Thank you so much, Itumeleng. So I would need you to please look. Actually, wait, there's 2 questions. Got a question here, my brother. Any question? One more? All right, so we'll just take this question from you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm from a company called What I do is I create free websites for Township.
So just, I don't think that can you, yeah, thank you.
The name of my company is 10 Friends and Laptop. There's a story behind that. I create free websites, high quality websites for township entrepreneurs. Thank you for the HubSpot thingy. I just wanted to find out, you're talking about technology and all that. However, then there is what we call AI. I think Bradley would mention that and stuff like that. How are you using AI? Because you never really mentioned it. And how are you using it to leverage your business?
Sure. Thank you. Great question. I basically use AI, and I'll tell you another platform that we use. It's called Grammarly and Tome. Grammarly and Tome. But I use AI especially in my communication. Sometimes I text too fast, and what I speak is gibberish because I'm always on the run. And after typing each and every message, I just go on correct, make it professional, make it short, make it exciting. And it does all of that for me, and you think I'm smart, but it's actually the AI. But I use AI more so, especially for customer and client and internally to improve on the confidence. I mean, one of the things that I believe is that as a leader, you must always show confidence. And as a business leader, you must always show confidence both internally and externally. So when people speak to you, they need to understand and believe that you are able to produce what you say you can produce. And when your texting goes, when your communication goes, because communication is one of the biggest tools that attracts our customers and that retain our staff also internally. So that's how I use AI, and those are the two top apps that I use. It's Grammarly and Tome. Tome or Tome, T-O-M-E. Thank you.
Thank you so much. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, for Itumeleng Matsoho. Please, Dooms, can we look straight into that camera, my brother? Get that smile of yours as he's looking straight. Please, one more time, round of applause. Itumeleng!